Hey, don't believe a thing about the new Jack Swing. How you doing? And welcome to my channel. Very warm welcome. I'm Stevie. What can I say about this channel? It's predominantly going to be about music. We'll see where it goes. Um, I recently went to New York on a trip to a music event, and I did a bit of vinyl digging with a few music buddies of mine. I've not done that for a while. My intention was to not spend any money on records because I've got enough already. But when I was out there, we went through a few shops in the Lower East Side and in Brooklyn, and I was mainly pulling out stuff for these guys saying, get this, get that, that's really good. And then suddenly they found something and said, Steve, have you got this? And I had it in my hand and thought, I've got to have this. And it set me off again. And I came back with 20, 30 pieces in my rucksack. Totally unplanned, but it's just something I really enjoyed. You can watch that in one of my previous videos, that trip. Yeah, I mean, it's inspired me to come back to my own country and maybe go around a few record stores near me, maybe out of town. We'll see. But the title of this video is New Jack Swing in Search of. I'm not going to go into the whole history of New Jack Swing because it's well documented on YouTube and online. Those of you that watch this kind of stuff, you'll know the history of it. You've probably got half the records already. So those of you who've just stumbled on this video, it was a sound, very briefly, that dominated black urban radio between the late 80s, early 90s, and it crossed over into pop music, and you had major stars like Bobby Brown, Michael Jackson, amongst others, doing the sound. I'm middle-aged now, and I think it's good to have a hobby, something to do, get you out your house to do something. That's a whole nother video. But this passion of mine has got me to places around the world, has got me to many parts of the country, meeting various different people. So it's been a really good passion for me since my teenage days collecting records. Nearly 35 years on now, I'm just wondering, is this new Jack Swing sound that I love still in some of the record shops that I'm going to visit? That's the search today. If I do find things, I'm probably expecting to find stuff I've already got. If I do find things that I've not got that are new Jack, then that is an absolute added bonus. But I'm not expecting much, you know. Most of these record shops today have a good mix of genres, and like you say, the sound did cross over into hip-hop, into pop, into jazz. So I might find a jazz album between the years 88 and, say, 94 that has a new Jack sound on it. That could be good. But it's just good to get out and about, film some of these shops, see what's in them, maybe have a chat with the people who are running these shops. Maybe I can put you onto something. Maybe I'll leave it in the shop and say, this is what is here. If you want to come in, if you want to contact the person, and if you're still buying this kind of thing or looking to buy it, you know it's there. So it could be useful in that way, using my knowledge of what I know about this sound. Today I'm going to go around a few record shops around Manchester, Greater Manchester, that I know have been here for a while, stock a good variety of stuff. So yeah, let's see what we can find. Essentials today are a bottle of water because we are in a kind of middle of a heat wave, so I will need this today. And a hand sanitizer because, as some of you vinyl diggers know, records are very dusty. They've been sat on shelves for years or in bargain bins. They mess up your hands, so this is going to be very handy today. I'll bring you back when I'm outside one of these stores I'm going to visit now, and let's see what we find. Okay, so I'm outside Affleck's Palace in Manchester city centre. There's a big drill going on in the background, but if you ever visit Manchester to do some shopping, I'd highly recommend you check out. It's quite a unique shopping experience. There's about 3 or 4 floors of all sorts of handcrafted, independent little shops selling all kinds of stuff. There is a record shop on the 3rd floor, so I'm going to climb the stairs. It's a vinyl resting place. So yeah, Affleck's Palace in Manchester, do check it out. Okay, so I'm now outside Vinyl Resting Place, which is on the 3rd floor of Affleck's Palace. This store's been going several years now. It's got a great selection of used and new LPs, 12-inch singles, there's cassettes in here, 7-inch singles. I've had some great stuff out of here in the past. The customer service is always superb. On the hunt for some new Jack Swing today. I'm pretty much sure we'll find some, but I've probably got it all. But considering it's a used store, you never know what you're going to find. This is like the bargain. Before we even go in the shop, I've just had a quick look for the bargain section. Bit of R. Kelly. An interesting UK European Boys of Swing compilation. This was only released in Europe. Some of you may remember these compilations if you're over in the States. We like our compilations over here. Some great stuff on that. Gosh, these are long forgotten M&A. I think they recorded one album, didn't they? This is the one with all the remixes on. The Bad Boy Puffy mix. And who remembers this guy? Very much in the R. Kelly, Your Body's Calling kind of frame of mind. Very R. Kelly sounding production. Was it 93 or 94 this? But that's a great start for £1. Wayne Marshall. Let's have a look at the store as we go in. Yeah, so plenty of stuff to get stuck into in here. Vinyl resting place. Okay, off to a great start already. Found a little section called New Jack Swing, just what we're looking for. We'll go through it together. Got the classic basic black, Nothing But a Party. Johnny Gill, full version of My Motown promo. Street Beats compilation. Guy Her on a British 12. Cruise album. I think that was their first album on vinyl. Good price. More Cruise. Some more Street Beats. This was a good track. Not many people talk about this. Troy Taylor, The Way You Move. The man Damien Hall with that brilliant single. Velvet DeVoe. Oh wow, Hernandez. I do remember buying this. If you've not got this, grab yourself a copy. Again, long forgotten. Can't Have My Man. Was that a Kyle West? I can't remember. Oh yeah, it was. I'll Be Sure on Kevin Dean. Let's have a look. Rude Boys. Oh wow, the Neutrons. Great picture cover as well. I do have this. Colour Me Bad, another picture cover of Choose Me. Yeah, I've got all those, but that is a fantastic little selection of vinyl. Okay, so a quick update of what I've found so far in vinyl resting place. This independent hip hop album from around 1993, Papa Bear. I've never seen this, but there's like a rap swing track on it called One More Time. And Thug Music. That's a really good find. More hip hop. I never got this at the time. Hen G and Evil E, Down with Ice-T, of course, on CD. Another one I didn't pick up, Cooley Live, Livewire. There's a track produced by Marley Marl on here. Kerry Chandler as well on production. I think I'll enjoy that. Interesting. I think this could be a bootleg. Clark Kent Playing Hard. I think this is the US promo CD single mixes that are really hard to get on vinyl. The Clark Kent High 5, she's playing hard to get. There's 4 mixes on that. I'll try it. The Truth, which I never got at the time, in 1996, nice US 12, Red Lights. Eric Sermon on production, Big Zap sample, some mixes on that. Leaders of the New School, and a promo copy of What's Next with Large Professor remix. Connections on the other side. Little scan round. I'm going to just check out the 80s pop section now. I'll find something in 80s pop as well. But yeah, found some nice bits already. So here's all the new Jack Swing related stuff from the late 80s, early 90s that's on CD, currently in vinyl resting place. I've got the majority of this stuff, so if you want to pay a visit and speak to the guys and pick some of these up on my recommendations, you can. It kills me that they're still sat here. If I didn't have them all, I'd be buying them, but Martha Hicks sadly passed away now. Never Been in Love Before, One Good Reason is a killer track. I Got You Where I Want was the big single from that. You can't go wrong with this CD. A Club Nouveau album from 1988, which has been forgotten now. Produced by J. King, of course. There's some great tracks on this. Only the Strong Survive, which is like a late 80s soul mid-tempo track. It's a Cold Cold World, which was a 12 on the swing tip. If you don't have this, you must get it. Starpoint, of course, produced. Where is that man? Teddy Riley and Gene Griffin. I don't even need to go into this album, you just need to buy it. And it's got a few Teddy mixes as well. Body, they made a couple of albums, didn't they? The late 80s, early 90s. Angela Wimbush, I think, was behind this. Touch Me Up was the big track. Footsteps in the Dark, the cover version. And Easy to Love. That's a great set. I've not played that for years. Donna Allen. She had a huge hit in the 80s called Serious. It's on there, actually. I've not seen this CD for years. That is rare for 80s soulers. Sweet Sensation, who were like a freestyle pop group. If you like a bit of up-tempo freestyle, nicely priced that as well. Worth getting, you just don't see it anymore. Mary Davis from the SOS band. Don't Wear It Out, Ellie and Babyface were on that as well. Again, there's some great stuff on the album. This is a bit of an obscure one and it's priced accordingly. Kenny Smith on the jazz swing tip. There's some good new Jack on this as well. Again, very obscure, but if you like your hardcore new Jack swing, definitely get that. Sunny. Oh my gosh, how much is this? £6. It's got a brilliant track in it called All Lose Me. Brilliant early 90s soul track, but again, you never see this around these days. It was got played a lot on the pirate stations. Gene Rice signed to RCA, got a couple of albums out back then. Big Teddy P type voice. Again, it's a mixture of good stuff on this. You'll find a swing track on here. You're a Victim was one of the big singles. Love Is Calling You. I haven't seen this for a while. Passion from Shirley Lewis. Some UK stuff on here. Brenda K. Starr, who recorded a few albums for MCA. A mixture of freestyle, 80s soul. You hardly see this anymore. Cheryl Pepsi Riley, Full Force on production. Lisa on there, well worth picking up. Nikki Richards, again, so obscure. Naked was a single. Sunshine, Summer Breeze got released as well. I haven't played that for years, but it's well worth picking up. Some of you might remember Oaktown's 347, down of course with MC Hammer on CD. Bit of a rarity now, 2 albums. It's worth picking up. On the hip hop tip, Afrolistics, Kicking Afro Licks. Bit of fun that. More mid-90s R&B this time. This is Eve Everlasting. Again, another great album. The late Angie Stone, Vertical Hold. If you haven't got this, please pick this up. Great album. From start to finish, Kyle West production on there as well. Lisa Fisher. There is a nice swing track on that. What was the big single off that? Did You Pray Today? Wow. Here's another obscurity, Vince Ebo for the Soulers. There is a swing track on this. but it's well worth checking out. And the mother of all swing albums, another 2 CD compilation, came out in the UK. Some remixes on there, but that's a great compilation. Yeah, so they're on Instagram, Vinyl Resting Place. Do follow them and pick up some of these CDs. Right, I have spent some considerable time in this store, and this is what I'm going to take with me. Sweet Sensation from 1988. Oh man, that's a lovely cover. On the Atco label, Freestyle R&B. I always got the second album, but not this one for some reason. I think this is a compilation out of Germany. Jazz and street soul from the early 90s. Elaine Vassell, Show It To Me, Victoria Wilson James. A very early 90s hip-hop compilation. Rough House Records. It's got Schoolie D, 3 Times Dope, The 45 Kings, Special Ed, Black Male, and Robbie B and DJ Jazz, Give the People What They Want. I've never seen that compilation. The Dynamic Twins, No Room to Breathe, again from 93. Oh, there's some great stuff on this. Very New Jack style samples on this, Zap, Roger, that kind of stuff. Why have I never seen this album before? Word, is that a gospel on Epic? But I'm taking that. A very obscure early 90s West Coast rap gangster. Oh, this is amazing. Boogie Mac and the Soul Man from AWOL. Again, I've never seen this. And some more rare hip hop. Busting Melons. I think Special Ed's on here. I've got a few more other bits as well, but some very rare finds today. We have Alistair here. He's the proprietor of Vinyl Resting Place Records. He's kindly agreed to a little short interview. You are living the dream. You've got your own record store. Just give us a brief history on when you started.
Well, I used to work in a record shop in Bolton, and I was getting to an age where I was starting to feel a bit stale. I enjoyed myself there. I was 5 years. And then my sister, who works for me now, had a shop across from me. She kind of got my foot in the door because I just had a whim, an idea of maybe opening a shop. And then, because I'd amassed so much of my own personal collection, and I felt like I needed a new challenge, really. So this is actually it, behind this wall with my first unit. In fact, you can still see on the floor it says "Way In" because it was that smaller unit. People thought I can't go in there because it's just one guy and a lot of stuff. But since then, this has become part of my actual shop here. And this is 11 years later. Yeah,
wow!
It's kind of snowballed gradually, organically. I've never thrown money at it. I've just kind of built it with every bit of momentum that I had, really. And I'll try and sell as much as possible as well across the board. There's nothing I won't really sell. I do try and get obviously as nice a stuff as possible, but I think what's changed in the last few years is stock has been harder to source purely because there's more people after it. There's a lot of pop-up sellers, especially because of COVID and things like that, and also people collecting and not really wanting to sell. So it's kind of made the market tighter. But I'd like to think I've got enough in here that make it worthwhile for people visiting.
I remember, it must have been 10 years ago, they were saying like vinyl is dead. So we've kind of gone full circle from vinyl is dead to vinyl is revived. Have you seen this in the last 10 years?
Yeah, because when I was working at the record shop before, there's something turned around about 2012, 2013, and I think it was like the early incarnations of like Record Store Day that kind of, I noticed more footfall, people coming in, and then with that there was traction of people. I think the idea was to get more people back into record shops, and I think it did seem to work, but then it carried on going. It surprised me as a collector of like 25 years, because I was always on my own at these record fairs with like people who were like 20, 30 years older than me a lot of the time, thinking there's no new generation into this, you know. But then all of a sudden, I've noticed my demographic change from that kind of like, you know, like middle-aged, elderly bloke to across the board, you know, like, and it's great to see. And I honestly don't know what's caused it. It's kind of, it's
wow.
good to see it keep going. I think new bands insisting on new pressings, and even pop artists like Sabrina Carpenter, Taylor Swift, bringing out these colour versions, these alternate artworks that make people want to buy all of them. So there's like that kind of it's helping the collectability of things again, I think. And the people who are buying these are also buying other things as well, like different bands.
I mean, what I've noticed in store in your shop is you do cater for a lot of like smaller niche type things. Obviously today I'm looking for new Jack Swing. You seem very aware of what's going on.
Yeah, it's a sound I've always liked myself, kind of growing up. I know it was only a short-lived thing, really, weren't it? Like late 80s, early 90s. But I do believe in cycles as well, and everything's in 30, 40-year cycles. So it's good to see that style kind of coming back round again. And again, I've got like a section for it as well in the shop. Like, it's something I've had for years as well, even when it was like not the most trendiest, I suppose. But I've never bothered with things like that. Like I say, I'll have all these subsections for different things. So yeah, man, I do like to try and stock good stuff at the end of the day, you know, CD and vinyl.
As a music collector yourself, is there anything that's come in the shop that you've sold and thought, oh my gosh, I just shouldn't have let that go?
Do you know, quite a lot actually.
I can imagine.
It was worse at first, because I mean, it's like an alcoholic working in a pub for me. I always used to say the best analogy was having the shop in terms of buying was that it's like a pregnant lady eating for two. You know, like you've eaten for yourself and for the baby. I'm kind of buying for myself and for the shop as well. So I thought it would actually cure my obsession with it, but if anything, it's kind of made me worse because I'm amassing more and more. But I am getting over the hurdle of selling bits. I want good stuff in the shop ideally as well, but at the same time, collecting, it's a bug. It's like no other. It's an unquenchable thirst.
Of course. Just finally, the name, the Vinyl Resting Place. I must admit, I scratched my head when I read that title. What made you call it that?
It was like I wanted a pun. When I first moved here, I needed a name quick, and I wanted like a pun name. And I thought vinyl. What rhymes with vinyl? Vinyl destination, vinyl encounters, or something like that. Vinyl resting place. And I thought, oh yeah. And I remember my boss, who I used to work for, kind of mentioned it a while back, and I don't think he ever did anything. And I thought, I'll use that, and then I just roll with it, really. And a lot of people, I always hear them walking past the shop going, oh, I love that shop name. Whether they come in or not, I don't know. But it's nice to hear that it's well revered, I'd like to think.
Oh, it definitely is. Listen, I appreciate your time. Thank you.
Anytime, Steve.
Thanks. So, my new Jack Swing search brings me to a town called Stretford in South Manchester. This is Stretford Mall that I'm in. This has been here since, oh gosh, the 70s. I think it's got a real 80s vibe to this place. I do believe, I don't know whether they're knocking it down or refurbishing it, but bringing me to this record shop, I think that knocking down or something is going to affect this record shop, and it's got to move for a while. Don't quote me on that though, but we're going to check out Reel Around the Fountain Records. I did come here about 6 months ago, just checking out CDs. I didn't even have time to check out the vinyl. It's a lot of stuff in here. So yeah, let's have a look in here and let's see what we can find. Reel Around the Fountain Records. So I've made my way up the stairs. Let's just get an open aerial view of this store before we go in. Yeah, it looks pretty big. Yeah, it looks like there's a lot of stuff in here. Yeah, I'm pretty excited. I'm sure I'm going to find something, but you just never know, do you? So we're off to a really good bargain start. All 12-inch singles, £1, or 6 for £5. Let's have a little. I mean, this is right at the front of the shop. Old Freddie Jackson, Paul Lawrence production. I remember that single. Wow, POV with Jade, promo copy. What's it got on it? HB extended mix. Wow, maybe, I think I've already got that. Chanel One Man. Oh, this was a big track. Mid-90s R&B jam with a swing feel. If you didn't get this, willing track. Eric Benet, import copy. Spiritual Thing, why not? Bit of Jodeci. Of course, another really good track off the Belle Biv DeVoe second album, Something in Your Eyes. Aiken, Stay Right Here promo. DNA Street, oh, I've got to get that. New colours. Days of Youth, Jade. What's this? Vertical Hold, import copy. Do I need another? Oh wow. Another import copy. Is this sealed? Wow. Foxy Brown. Alright, let me have a good dig through here, see what I can find, but I've literally just walked into the shop and this is what I found already. This is an update on what I found in the bargain pound section, or 6 for £1. Really nice Atlantic US promo, Gerald Albright, New Girl on the Block from 87. Never seen this. Extended mix, remix, edit of remix. That's going to be nice. New Jack related. If you never got this Pia album, that was the album. Jam and Lewis radio edit. Dance Out of My Head, Ben Lieberman remix, 12. This was a pretty funky hip hop track, X-Clan. Who remembers this guy? He made one album, then sadly passed away. Dion Estes, the extended version. I never got that. Philip Leo used to do a lot of stuff with CJ Lewis from the UK. This is independent pressing. Classic En Vogue Lies. I have this. Tony Terry, Lovey Dovey, Johnny Gill the Floor. As I said earlier, New Jack Swing crossed into pop. Martika teamed up with Prince, the Prince mix. Martika's Kitchen, very funky track. Can't forget this guy, can we? Did a couple of swing tracks. There it is. I love this track. Guilty pleasure at the time. Glenn Medeiros, another big classic. This is a dude, I'm not sure whether he's from the UK or not. I've got a few 12s from him, but not this one. So happy to find this. Another Tony Terry. Other bits that I found from the late 80s, mainly a lot of soul, street soul type stuff. Let's have a look. Hold on. Gerald Albright, Timmy Regisford remix of Activated, Big Club 12. Michael Lovesmith, a couple of 12s from him from the mid 80s. Nice soul tracks. Big dance track from D-Mob. Juice, which are like a UK street soul group. I'm definitely getting that. A big track from Jelly Bean and Stephen Dante. I used to love that guy's voice. Stephen Dante. Classic Pop 12 remixes, Swing Out Sister. I'm not sure about this guy, I'll have to check him out. Eric and the Good Feeling. Sean Christopher, which gets a nice Dave Morales classic mix. That'll be a nice 12. Princess, of course. Wow. And that's it so far. Okay, so another update on what I found. Really taking my time today, but what are the chances that I'd find new Rex and Effects, the album with New Jack Swing on cassette? This is amazing. I mean, I do have it on vinyl, I have it on CD, but now that cassettes are all trendy again, for a bargain price of £2, that is my best find so far today. Bit of Barry White, Put Me in Your Mix. And the classic Alexander O'Neill Hearsay on cassette. Again, I've not got this on cassette, only vinyl CD, so really happy about that. Okay, so it's been pretty slim pickings for 80s and 90s swing R&B CDs, but there is a few. I'll leave these here because I have got them. If you want to come in this store in Stretford one day, tongue in cheek from the UK, long forgotten now, Some great stuff on this album. I've not seen this CD for a long time. There's 2 copies here as well, so don't leave it here if you come in. You don't see much, don't see this much either. 7669 from Motown, from a bad block. Some heavy mid-90s R&B. Great Shy album, If I Ever Fall in Love, of course. It's got some great stuff on that. Waiting for the Day, what a track that was. And The Man Keeps Sweat. Like I said, there's some other bits in here, but I came just before Christmas and cleaned a lot of the CDs out from these racks, so there's a few bits left. Well, as I leave Fountain Records with a nice bag of stuff, I found one more item which just blew me away. This is my favourite R&B New Jack group from the early 90s, Ex-Girlfriend. I had this on CD, never seen it on cassette. I had to ask the guy, do you have any more cassettes behind the counter? And he finds this. I couldn't believe it. So, superb find today from Fountain Records. And I shall make my way to the next store.